Hey guys, so today I'm telling you a little bit about my visit to the Noble Collection store, and also I'll be reviewing, kind of showing you one of the purchases I made, which is the Replica chocolate frog, which I was so excited to get, I won't lie. So recently I went to London to go to the London drum show with my boyfriend, and we had a bit of spare time because we didn't really actually have a lot to do at the London drum show, and we went there mainly to see Eddie Thrower, who is the drummer for Lower Than Atlantis, and I really love that band's new stuff. Like, I like their old stuff, it was alright, but I'm actually into their new stuff. So that was really great. I got to meet him and ask him a few questions, and I was actually going to vlog. However, I'm glad that I didn't because it would have been impossible to kind of vlog. It was at Olympia, and it was a funny story because we actually went to the main area where Hyper Japan is held and showed our tickets and went in, and it was Stylist Live and they didn't even check our tickets, so we just kind of went in and was like, this is definitely not drums, it's beauty and everything, which I wouldn't mind, but obviously my boyfriend was a little bit disheartened. But we realised we went into the wrong entrance, and there's actually 3 events going on that day. So luckily we did manage to go to the London drum show, which was great. We saw some really great drummers. The main bit was so noisy, you would not have been able to even like hear anything. I would have had to just put music over the top of everything, and also the only things I would have been able to show is the drummers kind of doing their shows. And I just thought it would be quite difficult to make some content out of that. However, if I do go again, like next year or anything like that, and you want to see some more footage which is of like drum shows and things that are a bit different, then just let me know down below and I'll make sure that I do bring my camera next time. So after the drum show we had a bit of time and we were just like, well, what should we do? We never really go to London, and I realised that I've never been to the Noble Collection store, and I've watched Cherry Wallis's video. I'll leave her channel linked down below because she's great if you love Harry Potter. She's the queen of Harry Potter on YouTube, I feel like, and she did a video where she actually visited it. So if you want to see better kind of video footage of the store, then I think she has some. Like I said, I didn't bring my camera and I wish I did because it is such a beautiful store. It is in Covent Garden, so we actually kind of like walked there from where we were. We got a train off at Tottenham Court Road and then we walked down because we fancied a bit of walk in the very nice rain, and we eventually found it, and it's down like a really nice street in Covent Garden. I think it's not too far from Art Box, where I actually want to visit as well, but we didn't want to stray too far and get lost. So it's down that street and it's just so nice, you can't really miss it. So I will put some photos up now so you can see a little bit of what it looks like. I didn't have much footage, but I just tried to take as many pictures as possible. So they have everything what's kind of fan based from DC. I think they had a bit of Marvel, but mainly DC, and they also have Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, they have Harry Potter of course, and they also have Game of Thrones. So anything what you can get merchandise what's kind of like fan based, they did do, but it is predominantly Harry Potter what actually like kind of takes over the store, and it's so nice. It has some cobbled streets when you walk in, so it was like being kind of like Diagon Alley, and it had glass casing or things that you can touch and look at. It had all of the wands on the back so you can see what the wands look like in real life, and it also had some of the Fantastic Beasts replicas, which obviously is new for the film what's coming out for the Crimes of Grindelwald. I really want a wand, but as they are about £30, like the same as the studio tour, I was like, no, I really need to be good and not spend money on wands at the minute. They have plushies and everything what's kind of like related, jigsaw puzzles of like the signs. They have brooms, literally they had like the Game of Thrones chair, swords, and they actually had some items which were autographed from the actors and actresses from films, from not just Harry Potter but other films as well. So you couldn't purchase that, but you can have a look, which was really nice to see. So obviously there is a upstairs and then there's a downstairs as well, and they have like lampposts and stuff, and it just feels very magical. Imagine it being a bit like the Warner Brothers studio tour shop or even the platform 9 3/4 shop. It is kind of like a more basic version of that, and it's just a very nice experience. So when you go downstairs it has more of the replicas, and that's where all the autograph things are kept downstairs. They have like chessboards, they have like the one from Harry Potter, they have DC ones. It's just incredible. So I really highly recommend recommend going to have a look. I will leave the website down below. I believe they do free shipping to the UK, so if you do want to order any replicas or anything from there and you don't really live near London, I will leave the website down below. It's not bad price. I mean, replicas are pretty expensive. You'd know if you go to the studio tour or if you go to anywhere else for like Comic-Con and stuff, they are pretty expensive, but for their kind of quality and what they do, and it's all Warner Brothers approved for the Harry Potter stuff, it is pretty good priced. However, I bought one item and I was very tough on myself on, do I need this item? Because I've had to be very good with money this month as I've been looking for work, and I had some spare cash and Nick was like, just buy it for God's sake. I think he just mainly probably wanted to go home at that point, so he was just like, buy it. I took his advice and I did. So I made my first ever purchase from the Noble collection, and it is one of their new kind of launches which is new to the store. So I was quite happy that I got something what's quite new. I saw it on Instagram and I saw that I think Cherry Wallis had one as well. I just loved it so much. As you can see, I like chocolate frogs and honey dukes from all of my background, so this was one of my like favorite things that I would really like from the Noble collection. So here it is. This is my rather long bag from the Noble collection. I think it's if you buy a wand, that's why they've made them so long, so that's pretty handy. But in here I have my special item. So it's the Noble collection, creators of finely crafted treasures from London. And here we are. It is my very own chocolate frog, and like I said, this is actually new to the Noble collection. They had little stickers on everything what was new in the shop, so obviously you could get excited and see what's actually come in stock, and this is the latest one. So this cost me a grand total of £15 and I was served by Luke, so thank you very much, Luke. And I think £15 isn't actually that bad. It is quite cheap for a replica compared to a lot of the other items, what obviously are a bit more detailed, harder to craft, whereas this one is a bit more basic, so that's probably why it is on the cheaper side. But when you think about it, it's like pop figures, they're about £15 to £20, so I think this is more pretty than like a pop figure, I won't lie, because it is very realistic. It comes in this very nice clear box. It's very well packaged, so you can see everything what's in the box. So it says it comes with a stretch toy chocolate frog, Dumbledore's wizard card, and a collectible box. So on the back of the box it says chocolate frog replica box. Anything off the trolley, dears? Enjoy this chocolate frog toy prop replica from Honeyduke's Sweet Shop. Squash it, stretch it, squish it, or just admire it on your desk. Includes a detailed keepsake box and a Dumbledore famous witches and wizards card. And do not eat. It says do not eat because this is obviously rubber. It is not an actual chocolate frog like from the studio tours. And it just has on the back the Noble collection, and then it has the Wizarding World, and that is actually a licensed good what is been approved by Warner Brothers. So I shall get the chocolate frog out of the box. Let's do a little unboxing. So when you open the box, it is actually very well packaged to make sure it doesn't get broken. So if you are getting this shipped to you, I wouldn't worry too much because there's so much kind of recyclable plastic in here which you can take out and it keeps it kind of protected. So we have the top layer, and then it gives you the top of the box. It has another bit of plastic so that the frog obviously is visible when you're looking to purchase it. So this is the lid of the chocolate frog box, and it is so pretty. I was actually being quite a pain with Nick and looking through all of the boxes because I like to make sure that I get one that has a very good paint job. Obviously if you're paying the money, you want one what looks like a replica and that it's kind of pristine and perfect. There is a little tiny line here, but you can't really see it. I don't think it'll pick up on here, I'm not too sure, but it's basically perfect. There is no paint errors other than that little tiny line on there. That's the only thing that I'm kind of picky about, just because you want it to look like the actual thing. That's why you're buying the product in the first place. So this is a plastic. I know that some people have bought the ceramic kind of trinket box from the studio tours and have actually kind of not used this and just used the chocolate frog with that. However, I don't have that and I kind of like this a bit more because it feels more like a kind of sweet box. Like it feels like that, and inside it has lots of little gold stars as well. I love that even on the inside they put details on it, so it's not just kind of on the outside, it's the whole of the product, which is actually looking kind of magical. So it just says Honeydukes Chocolate Frog, 70% finest cocoa, and it's got all of the designs, and on the side it says 3 wizards and witches cards inside all the way around it. So the detail in this is just incredible, and I'm just so impressed with how they've actually created this. So the next bit is obviously the chocolate frog, which is very wiggly. It is squishy, it's kind of a rubber, and it says warning, toy frog, do not eat. Just in case, I wouldn't give this to children of like a certain age, just in case, but for adults obviously we all know we shouldn't eat this. Well, I hope we do anyway. I love it because it actually kind of moves and it looks like a good chocolate frog, like from the film. Like Ron Weasley says, they only have one good jump in them, so you could probably practice your jumps with them. I won't do that because I'll probably break this knowing my luck. Mine hasn't got too many marks on it or anything, or any like eyes missing, so I'm quite happy about that. I think they're very well made. It is very squishy and it's kind of relaxing actually, just squishing this poor little frog, and I just love how its little toes and its like feet are actually so wiggly. So you can actually kind of mold it to kind of fit like it actually looks like an actual chocolate frog from the film, because you can actually kind of present it in a way that it's kind of touching something or it's about to jump off. So it looks a bit more realistic. I will do some close-ups of the final kind of setup so you can actually see what it looks like kind of all together. I'm not sure if it smells like chocolate. It definitely smells kind of like something, so I don't know if they've made this chocolate scented or whether it just smells nice, but it does smell pretty good, which is good. It doesn't smell like plasticky rubber. And then the final piece to this is actually the base and the wizards and witches card. So this is Albus Dumbledore. They all come with the same card, so if you purchase it they'll all have Albus Dumbledore, and it looks like it's actually the original Albus Dumbledore from the first and second film, and it does move. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in here, it's quite hard. It's just like a slight move, but it does have movement in it, so it does look kind of like magical. And it just says Albus Dumbledore, and it just has Hogwarts in the background, and then on the back it obviously has some information about the character. So it says Albus Dumbledore, currently headmaster of Hogwarts, considered by many the greatest wizard of modern times. Dumbledore is particularly famous for his defeat of the dark wizard Grindelwald in 1945, for the discovery of the 12 uses of dragon blood, and his work on alchemy with his partner Nicholas Flamel. Professor Dumbledore enjoys chamber music and 10-pin bowling. A fact I never knew about Dumbledore. So he liked 10-pin bowling, which we never really saw in any of the films, so I don't know if that's Muggle 10-pin bowling, like how you would actually throw a ball, or whether there is a witches and wizard type of bowling where they will use their wands to cast a spell for the ball or something like that. So JK Rowling, if you're listening or watching, which I know you're not going to be, enlighten us. What is this 10-pin bowling? Is it actually Muggle type and Dumbledore used to like going to Mega Bowl? Or is there a special bowling club at Hogwarts that we just don't know about? But back to the card, it is beautiful on the other side. It has all the intricate design like on the top of the box, and the writing is just lovely. It is that old-fashioned old English writing. So this is made out of like a plasticky card, so it's very durable and it's very well made. I don't feel like it's gonna like break or that it's very cheap, and it perfectly fits in the basin on the back. It is just plain on the back because obviously you won't see it, but it says Harry Potter and that is actually licensed. And then on the inside it has the magical spirals of the golden stars, so then you can fit this in here. So the idea is that your chocolate frog will obviously fit on top of this, and then with your lid you can then close it, so you would not even know that there's a little chocolate frog in here. So that's just great. I think how I'm going to display it though is that you can actually see the chocolate frog, because that's kind of the idea. So I will show you a little clip of how I properly display display it at the end. But I think how I'll display it is that the card and the chocolate frog showing, and then the box is just slightly off so you can see all the magic inside. I think that will make a really nice picture as well. So I will upload some pictures onto my Instagram if you want to see some closer looks of the chocolate frog on it. So that is my full review on the chocolate frog replica. I really love it. Let me know down below and start a conversation of whether you would actually purchase this if you're planning to after this video, or if it's on your wish list. It is Christmas coming up, so maybe if a loved one asks you what you want for Christmas, then maybe say this. Point them to this video and say, oh look, I really like this chocolate frog, and maybe you can get it for Christmas. It'll be really magical to open on Christmas Day. I really loved visiting the Noble Collection, and I just want to say thank you to the Noble Collection and their staff for the lovely service whilst you're there, because it is really like nice and just a very nice place to be. And I saw a lot of them were really kind of being interactive and helping with a lot of customers, which is really nice to see in a store. So I'm really hoping to visit in again if I am in London, and I would love to purchase some more replicas, but I should probably save my money first. I do also have another Harry Potter Primark haul coming up after this video has been put up, so look out for that. If you press subscribe, you will be notified then when I do another video which is Harry Potter related. And if you want to follow me on any of my social media, then I'll leave all the links down below so you can have a look at some of the items I buy in a more closer detail, or just have a chat with me. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this magical unboxing and my experience visiting the Noble Collection. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope to see you again next time. Have a magical day.